What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to break down two decontamination products that often get confused for being able to replace each other. And these two are iron remover and the clay bar. Iron removers are typically liquid sprays that chemically remove embedded contaminants from your vehicle's clear coat, meaning iron fillings and environmental fallout, stuff that doesn't just sit on top of the clear coat, but it actually eats its way through, potentially causing catastrophic failure. And I have IronX in front of me here, but I'm not just talking about this product. I'm talking about iron removers across the board, from the most expensive to the absolute cheapest. And I know it's often used as a wheel cleaner as well, but today we're just going to be talking about paintwork. Clay bars, on the other hand, are designed to mechanically remove any surface bonded contamination. And the best way to explain this is if you wash your vehicle, dry it, and it looks clean, and then you rub your finger down the paint and it still feels rough. That's the stuff that this clay bar is designed to remove. It's actually bonded to the clear coat, and it's going to need a tool like this in order to remove it, not just your regular 2-bucket wash. The best way to explain iron filling removal is if you take a white vehicle and you look at the lower panels in the rear end, those little orangish red spots that you find everywhere that kind of look like little bits of rust, those are what this product is designed to remove. When you spray this on, there's going to be a chemical reaction. The product's actually going to turn from clear to a reddish purple color, and that just means it's working. Now, this is where it kind of gets confusing, because if you take a clay bar at those little orange spots, you eventually can get them to go away, but to go around an entire vehicle like that can potentially take hours depending on how bad it is and how big it is, and you're going to introduce an extremely large amount of marring in the process of doing that, because you do have to go at it quite aggressively, which are two of the biggest things most detailers always hate: wasted time and paint imperfections. A super common argument in the detailing industry is that iron filling remover is expensive, and it is. Whether you're using an expensive version or a cheap version, it still is an expense and there's a potential loss for profit. But a lot of these arguments come from actual business owners themselves who have complete flexibility to adjust their prices where need be when using a more expensive product. Now, in just 1 minute here, we are going to go over all the benefits of using an iron filling remover and a clay bar in conjunction with one another. But on the topic of adjusting prices, if you can actually justify those prices with your client and show them the real benefit that they're going to be getting, it's pretty easy, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to be completely cool with that. Now, in my opinion, a proper full decontamination includes embedded contaminant removal as well as bonded contaminant removal. So if you're at the job, you apply your iron filling remover, let it dwell for a few minutes and do its job, rinse it off. By the time you start your clay barring process, the vehicle's already so far along that you're going to be able to clay bar it extremely quickly, meaning you're actually going to be saving time and making more profit. With that time, you can actually do more jobs in a day and make more money at each job, which is a win-win for me. Just because the clay bar will typically be able to remove that little orange spot from the top of the iron filling, it's actually usually embedded quite deep into the clear coat, which the chemical will actually be able to dig out for you. And just like that, the iron filling remover isn't going to be able to remove bonded contamination from the top of the clear coat, as it's not meant for that. So in order to really get a fully decontaminated vehicle, you really do need to use these both as a team. Using these two as a team also has extreme benefits when it comes to the future processes that you may be doing to the vehicle you're working on. So if you're prepping it for paint correction and you don't decontaminate it properly, your pad that you're using is probably going to get gunked up. It's going to turn brown and black. So basically, before you start correcting clear coat, you're actually just going to be removing contamination. And while it will remove that contamination, this isn't really a process that we want to be practicing on the regular or at all. The next huge benefit is if you're not paint correcting and you're moving straight onto protection, whether you're applying a Carnauba-based product, synthetic-based, or SiO2-based, all of these are going to have a much easier time bonding to a fully, properly decontaminated paint surface. Now, if you apply one of those over an area that's contaminated, they're going to have forces working against them from the top and bottom, which is really going to have a huge effect on the longevity of the product that you just applied. Bringing it back to the financial aspect, if you apply that protection over a contaminated area and it fails early, you're going to have more expenses having to replace that protective coating so it actually gets the longevity that it was supposed to. Just because IronX is probably the most popular iron remover right now doesn't mean it's the best, and it doesn't mean it's the only thing out there. So what I'm going to do in the description, I'm going to hook up 3 links to 3 of my favorite expensive iron removers and then 3 of my favorite cheap iron removers, and I'm going to do the exact same for clay bars, just to show you guys that there are tons of options out there in tons of different price points, and they're all going to offer you really good results. Now, there are some processes and new products out there that allow you to do chemical decontamination and mechanical decontamination all in one step, but I think I'm going to save that for another video, so please consider subscribing and stick around. I'd love to hear all your guys' favorite processes for decontamination, whether you like to stick with one or the other or use both. I'm excited to hear it all, so if you want to comment that below, I'll be sure to check it out and get back to you. Other than that, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you guys for watching if you made it this far, and I'll catch you guys on Friday. Peace out.